Shout out to Ice Cube for refusing to bow to the mob. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a very interesting interview between Ice Cube, the rapper, businessman, mogul, and Tucker Carlson, formerly of Fox News. Now he has a show exclusively on Twitter, and he interviewed Ice Cube in a two-part interview, and I will link to both of those in the description box. Now, the first part of the interview, they were riding around South Central, talking about a few different things. That was very good as well. But then there was an in-studio interview where they got a little bit more in depth. And the first part of the in-studio interview, we're going to focus on right now today, where he was talking about being blacklisted by certain organizations, certain shows, certain people like Oprah and The View. Now, that's pretty weird how Oprah would blacklist Ice Cube. You want to be pro-black, blackity black, black, all this and that, but Ice Cube is a black man. He's a businessman, a mogul, trying to do things for the community. So why would you blacklist him? Is it because he spoke to Trump about doing things that's going to help the black community? Is it because he's not exclusively just some kind of stone cold stomp down liberal? I don't even know what Ice Cube is politically, but I do know that he's not going to just talk to one side and one side only. And before I go any further, let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, I will link to both of these in the box. And if you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
So why would you be doing this of all interviews? I mean, you could do an interview with anyone. You're doing an interview with me. Obviously, you're going to take abuse for doing that. Like, why would you do that?
Because I think it's silly not to talk to people. I think whether we agree or not,
right?
That has nothing to do with it. You know, it's like, this is what it's all about. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. And you know, I've been shut out.
Wait, that sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd.
That's kind of how it is in the community, in the black community, and also beyond race, just among liberals in general. You think a little bit differently, then it's a problem. Some would say the same thing for conservatives, but I don't think so. I think we're more of a big open tent than on the left, for sure. Absolutely. Now, that could be to our detriment or to our benefit. I think it's more to our benefit as long as we have some of the same core values. That's the main thing. But regardless of what, we're not going to attack you just for being a little bit off the reservation.
I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So
shout out Kwame Brown.
So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club. So I have to go places for one that I'm welcome, and where I can voice my opinion without somebody, you know, saying I'm a bad person and that they never want to have me on their platform again.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been, you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers.
Now, my question would be, which hosts didn't like what you had to say? Okay, if not all of them, I'm thinking about Asuncion, a.k.a. Sunny hosting, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, really the whole table. I think maybe you might have the one kind of conservative lady on there, not Anna Navarro. She is the definition of a rhino in more than one way, but I digress. Maybe somebody that's more conservative on there may appreciate him, but the rest of them don't like what he has to say. And it's really weird because they bring on other conservatives. I think they look at him as a threat, somebody that could potentially change hearts and minds, and they don't want that. If you're a conservative on The View, they want you to be a punching bag, a person that they can identify as a racist and the clown and everything else, but they can't identify Ice Cube as a racist or a clown or anything like that. So They'd rather just shut him out completely so he's not able to go in there and make good sense and change some hearts and minds.
You know, I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but
You'd be a good booking for them.
I've been on there before.
Yeah.
You know, it's just when I've became an independent thinker, when I've, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not. You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah. You know,
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central. You were successful at a young age. You have dignity. You say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. You know, I don't know what it is, but, you know, several of my, you know, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White.
Wasn't Barbershop his movie? Like, wasn't that literally his movie that he put out? Like, not just he was in it. I'm talking about, didn't he produce that movie? Just like Friday? Maybe I'm wrong, but I know he was a prominent character in it. If it was not Nice Cute production, he was most certainly prominent. He was one of the stars alongside the rapper Eve, such as the entertainer and everybody else. And then here's my question. If he was not invited to the cast reunion or whatever, then why didn't anybody defend him? Why have I not heard from such as the entertainer or Eve or who was it? Was it Mike Epps in that movie? I'm not quite sure who else was in there, but why haven't I heard from any of them to defend him if that's the case? But let's keep on going.
And it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know.
On Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's really
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
I really don't know. You know, that's something that I would love to find out. But I can't tell you, you know, if there's a single thing that I've done or said to her.
Have you noticed that it is more controversial to criticize Oprah than to burn the American flag?
Really?
Seems that way.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah.
Me
Do you think
neither.
it's political or do you think it's deeper than that? I mean, you're not like a right winger.
No.
No. You don't even seem that political.
No, I'm not really. I'm pretty much, you know.
Cuba's not political at all from what I see. He's just a guy that wants the best for his people, wants the best for himself, those that are around him. And I think that once you kind of get beyond the black community, he wants the best for the country. Because if the country is doing well, then we all do well. But, you know, people that are political want to squish you into a box. I'm a very political person, but I understand that most normies are not. And a lot of normies want to try and be political, although they don't know too much about anything.
Just want to do right by the people, you know. So if that comes through political means, that comes through the private sector, wherever it comes, you know, I'm down to work with whoever's down to do something right for the people.
So I remember reading you say something along the lines of, I didn't vote for Trump, I'm not a Trump voter. You actually attacked Trump at one point, but you were willing to meet with Trump. Do you think that crossed a line?
I think some people didn't like that, but I think it's idiotic. You know, enemies meet.
Right.
You know, they talk. I'm pretty sure there's some communication between Russia and the Ukraine right now. Somebody's on the phone talking to somebody, trying to come up with a solution. So we just got to talk. That's the only way we're going to work this out. You know, I know when the talking stops, the fighting starts.
Very well said. I will not play the entire interview here. Please go to Tucker Carlson's Twitter page, go to my website. This full interview is about 22 minutes long, plus the beginning part where they were in South Central. These will both be on the website and also on Tucker's Twitter page. But shout out to Ice Cube, man, for just not being afraid, because a lot of guys in Hollywood, as I come back and close, a lot of guys in Hollywood would just do whatever and say whatever they can. Like you said, go along and get along, Kwame Brown type scenario. All right. That people would rather just go along, get along, not cause any problems, not lose any money or whatever. And I'm going to add one last thing here. He was talking about, it might have been on Tucker or somewhere else, how he had a movie role and they wanted him to get the vax. And since he didn't get it, he lost the role. $9 million gone like that because he didn't want to get the vax. Okay? So he's that kind of person that's going to stand on principles, not be afraid, not be controlled by money or anything like that. So I respect him 100%. I don't really particularly care too much how he votes. Of course, I want him to vote on the right, but I think his character as a person will lead him in the proper direction, and that's going to influence the politics and everything else with his personal life. We need more guys like that and less guys who are not like that. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Ice Cube said here in the interview that I played before you? Have you seen the entire interview, the in-studio one and also when they were in South Central? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I support Ice Cube 100% in what he's doing. I support his mindset all the way. And to the Oprah, people of the world, to The View, and all these other people, shame on you. Why would you not want to have on Ice Cube? You talk about all this pro-black, black stuff. I mean, Ice Cube is the guy coming from South Central, making a name for himself, employing plenty of black people throughout many, many, many years in music, television, movies, the Big Three basketball league, a lot of former NBA stars playing in that league. I mean, what more must the man do? Oh, I forgot. You got to just kowtow to the Democratic Party. Whatever they say, you got to do. You could be non-productive, unproductive, a crack smoker like Hunter Biden and get all the support. But when you're really upwardly mobile, married for 25 years, kids, your kids are doing well, you're doing well, business is doing well. When you got that going on and you're not quite on a Democratic establishment, a Democratic Party all the way, that's a problem. Really weird, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.